Our story begins today with a girl named Jennifer, who lives in a small town called Wingenberg. This girl suffers from special circumstances. Her face is deformed, her back is hunched, and she sees herself as ugly, just as anyone else who looks at her does. She lives with her family, a poor household, and unfortunately, every time she goes outside and someone from the town sees her, they make fun of her. One day, two young men mocked her. A fight broke out between them, and after the scuffle, something strange and unintentional happened. Jennifer suddenly found herself opening a portal connecting her world to a magical realm called Aretuza. There, she saw a young man in front of her, a sorcerer who was always anxious about the effects of his magic because he wanted someone to stand by his side. When he saw Jennifer, he immediately decided to help her and save her, opening another portal that sent her straight back home. Later that day, a beautiful and very wealthy woman arrived at their farm to buy a pig. But when she saw Jennifer, she told her father she wanted to buy the girl as well. Naturally, her father didn't hesitate. He was even happy about it, believing his daughter was ugly, and only brought him trouble and humiliation. He agreed immediately and sold her for half the price of an animal, even though her mother was begging him not to sell her to that woman because she was a sorceress and not a good person. And just like that, Jennifer found herself in the school of magic, where the sorceress had taken her, deciding she would stay there for the rest of her life. The school was full of girls training to become mages. Of course, it was extremely difficult for Jennifer at first, so difficult that she tried to take her own life, but they saved her, and that became her first lesson. Soon, she realized that the sorcerer she had met earlier had been right, and that entering the magical world by accident was the reason she ended up in this school. What she had done attracted the attention of the school's headmistress, whose only concern was to see the girls learn and prove themselves by using magic on their own bodies and developing their skills. The headmistress tested them with the stone-lifting exam, where the girls, including Jennifer, were supposed to lift a stone and a flower from the table using incantations without touching them. All the girls succeeded, except Jennifer. Even though she tried over and over, she failed. Feeling crushed, she left the classroom in tears. As she wandered around, she walked into strange paths until she found Astrid in a cave, someone she had already introduced herself to. She sat with him and told him everything that had happened. The next day, she returned to training. The school was teaching a new lesson. Each pair of girls had to stare into each other's eyes until they could slip into each other's minds. The competition began. Jennifer tried with the girl in front of her but failed again. The headmistress noticed and became furious, telling her she was useless and a liar, saying she was capable of doing it but refused to try, and even if she were beautiful, no one would love her anyway. Even though she wasn't the only one struggling, Jennifer continued sharing her problems with Astrid. She met him every day, telling him everything, and he told her about his own struggles, how he had also faced difficulties at the beginning and couldn't succeed easily. He started helping her read his mind, and this time, she succeeded. One night, during a terrifying storm, all the girls were asleep when the headmistress barged in, yelling, waking them up, and taking them to the most powerful magical point at the continent's entrance, a place only open to the members of the magic school. She sat them down and gave them a test on controlling storm currents, asking them to capture lightning inside glass jars. The girls couldn't believe it at first, but some tried anyway, and they actually saw lightning trapped inside the jars. The rest followed their lead. Then it was Jennifer's turn. She stepped forward with her jar, but she stumbled into the wall and fell to the ground. She got up filled with rage and unleashed dark energy from her body toward the headmistress, trying to harm her. But the headmistress blocked it and yelled at her, mocking her and telling her that her emotions and darkness could destroy herself and everyone around her. She showed her burned hands and said, "I am a wise sorceress and the head of this place. You are a weak girl, and the weak have no place beside a ruler, me." The headmistress began to suspect Jennifer, sensing that something about her was unknown. As always, Jennifer felt hopeless, so she went to Astrid and told him everything. During their conversation, it became clear that the headmistress already knew about their relationship. Jennifer told him they could no longer meet, but he insisted that he could help her and give her magical power stronger than the headmistress herself. Then she noticed a large skull and other smaller ones. Astrid explained that these were the skulls of the dead elves who built Aretuza. They were the first sorcerers in the entire continent, and were the ones who built all the magical places before humans arrived. But when humans reached the continent, they slaughtered them. After that, he pulls out a tiny rose and hands it to her, saying, "This rose will only grow for someone who has elf blood in their veins." Jennifer reads the spell and keeps repeating it, and suddenly a portal made of flowers appears behind her, a swirling magical gateway. She's stunned and has no idea how she managed to do that. She then confesses to Astrid that her real father was a dwarf, or at least descended from elves, and that he died in a distant city. She tells him that his genes are the reason she looks the way she does. Astrid steps closer and admits that he loves her. At that moment, we see the small rose in the book begin to grow, and we understand that Jennifer's entire journey has been leading to this one task: getting that rose. Meanwhile, her teacher has been plotting to deceive Jennifer, pretending to care about her just to trick her and steal the rose, but Jennifer doesn't fall for it. We then see Astrid telling his master everything that happened between him and Jennifer. At the same time, Jennifer hears a strange sound. She grabs the rose and goes to check, only to find her teacher standing with 4 of the girls from the academy, and she's turning them into snakes. The teacher realizes Jennifer is there, and that she has the rose. Jennifer approaches and throws the snakes into the water, since they're bewitched and victims of their teacher's spell. Jennifer sees the shadows of the girls in the water before they transform completely, and watches as the snakes swim away. As time passes, Jennifer and Astrid's relationship grows into a deep, powerful love. Jennifer uses what she's learned from magic to strengthen their bond even more. Several people who went through similar love stories in the past appear and applaud them. Astrid is amazed by Jennifer's imagination and asks, "I wonder what your mind will come up with next?" Then he tells her that graduation day is almost here, and once she graduates from Aretuza and returns to her homeland, she'll be free to dream however she wants. But this time she'll return as a strong sorceress, nothing like the girl she used to be, and she'll finally be able to reclaim her rights from everyone who mistreated or mocked her. He also tells her that all Aretuza graduates become incredibly beautiful before being sent to different kingdoms, since all their physical flaws disappear. Jennifer is thrilled. This is everything she's wished for since she was born. Astrid's master, the senior sorcerer, appears and shows her the flawless beauty of previous graduates. He promises she'll witness an astonishing transformation after her own graduation. One day, Jennifer stands in front of a mirror imagining the version of herself she longs for. Her teacher enters and tells her, "Close your eyes and imagine yourself as the strongest woman in the world." Jennifer tries, but still can't picture herself with the beauty she dreams of. Meanwhile, the heads of the Aretuza Appointment Council gather to decide where the graduates will be sent, either to future kings or to other lands. The leader of this council is Stregobor, Astrid's master, who knows that Jennifer is 1/4 elf. This means she cannot be accepted in Aretuza due to their extreme prejudice against elven blood. The council votes to send Jennifer to a place she absolutely despises. She goes to her teacher, who is also in charge of assigning graduates, and asks her to convince the council to reconsider. But her teacher refuses completely, telling Jennifer that she won't change anything and that the decision is final. Then she tells her that her lover was the one who revealed the truth about her heritage to the council. That's when Jennifer realizes how they found out she had elven blood. When the opening ceremony begins, a ceremony Jennifer refused to attend, Astrid stands behind the graduates. Then he goes after her and finds her writing a letter to her father, asking him to acknowledge her publicly and prove that she's his daughter, hoping it will help her get a better assignment. But Astrid tells her the letter won't convince anyone. Jennifer, feeling hopeless, starts crying. Astrid mocks her and laughs, saying, "Even if the Easter Bunny itself walked in and said what you want, nobody would believe you." Jennifer becomes furious and almost harms him, but she has forgotten too many basic spells. Astrid suggests she come with him instead. He'll soon become an explorer, and he'll take her with him on his journeys to discover the unknown. But Jennifer scoffs and says, "I know you won't do any of that. You'll spend your whole life digging in the dirt of August. Your dreams and intentions are worthless." Astrid is shocked. He tells her he never asked for her opinion, and says she's only lashing out because she didn't get the beauty she wanted. He tells her she needs to be strong first, that she hasn't learned anything at the Magic Academy, and that she never worked for anything. Their fight escalates. Jennifer then goes to the sorcerer responsible for perfection, and asks him to reveal her true beauty and transform her. He agrees and gives her an anesthetic to numb the pain she'll feel during the transformation process, then begins preparing the ritual. Jennifer sees the self-harm scars on her wrists, marks from her old weakness, before they disappear from her skin. The sorcerer tells her that every mage must pay a price, and that once she transforms, she will be reborn, but she will never be able to have children because he must remove her womb. She accepts everything. The ritual begins as he chants the spells. Jennifer screams in unbearable pain, so intense that the chains holding her down snap. Her spine shifts and straightens, her entire body reshapes, and little by little she transforms completely, before losing consciousness. In the main hall of Aretusa, the ceremony continues. Suddenly, the doors swing open, and in walks a woman of unbelievable beauty. When her teacher sees the color of her eyes, she realizes who she is, Jennifer, who disobeyed her orders and was supposed to be sent far away. But the complete opposite has happened. The King of Eden sees Jennifer and is captivated by her. He asks her to dance and tells her he wants her to be the royal sorceress of his kingdom. Her teacher is forced to back down, watching from a distance with burning jealousy. And that's how our story ends today. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel.